Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome to today's lecture 71, Impact of Ethical, Social and Environmental Factors. So all this while we have been focusing on financial factor, non-financial factor, additional performance measure. Now we are moving towards other factors which are ethical, which could be social or which could be environmental, because uh, this also can have impact on our business, right, on every day. So let's start with entity behavior. Okay, these are some factors which are of interest to the investors. They need to know when they're analyzing a company. So, starting with animal welfare. Does the entity test its products on animal? Okay. Nowadays, most of the companies they claim that they don't test their products on animals. They don't harm animals. Okay. So you can go check in the Google for those organizations which have stopped testing their products on animals which they used to test. The reason why this change is there because of the shift in the consumer, what the consumer want. Okay, that's the reason why entity also have changed their behavior. Hence, entity behavior. Next, we have arms. Does the entity or any entities within its group manufacture or supply weapons? No customer wants to be linked with an entity who supplies weapons. It's as simple as that. Emissions. Does the entity monitor and take steps to reduce harmful emissions such as carbon dioxide? So many cases are there where there has been an oil leakage. There are so many cases there, right? The BPP oil explosion and all. Because this can have a huge impact on the reputation of the company. That's why it's very important that you control this in the initial stages. So to measure, to know, to control, you have to take steps to reduce it. You have to measure it, right? Energy. Is the entity committed to using renewable energy? Okay. Marketing. Does the entity use irresponsible or offensive marketing strategies? For example, you have something else and you are marketing for something else. You are telling that this are the ingredients in this product, but actually there are some other ingredients which has not been marketed, which is not correct, right? Which is an offense. Then we have this are the remaining five factors. There are total 10 factors which can be of an interest to the investors, but remember there could be more than this list. Remuneration. What is the gap between the highest and the lowest paid employees? All this matters a lot because this will have an impact on the employee, the satisfaction. Okay. Supply chain management. Are goods and services purchased from entities that they themselves have high ethical standards? Are they using, for example, the farmers for the agriculture? Are they using child labor? Are they using products, the raw materials which are of low quality? So all those things you have to take care of because this can affect your business as well. Okay. Tax. Does the entity use tax avoidance scheme? Okay. Transparency. Do they make enhanced disclosure whether it is about their social or environmental impact? Nowadays, every entity they give a report on this. How much impact they are having socially, environmentally, and ethically. There are some extra reports which we are going to learn in the next slide. Then treatment of workers. How do you treat your workers? Are they working in safe conditions or unsafe conditions? Reporting. How do you report this? Because as we know, there is no specific IFRS standard which says you have to report your ethical disclosure like this or environmental disclosure like this. There is no fixed format. It is something which is voluntarily. Every entity is doing from, to present themselves in a favorable light. So, but they often provide this information. This in additional reports, okay, not in your financial, your annual report, but additional reports such as environmental report, social report, sustainability report, and integrated report. Sustainability report and integrated report, we are going to touch this too. Okay. So next is sustainability report is the next topic that we are going to cover. The next lecture is sustainability reporting only. So ethical behavior and profit. The last at the end, we are going to see how ethical behavior can have an impact on your profit because ethical behavior sometimes directly or indirectly can have an impact on your profit. Let's see a scenario where entities are paying employees higher wages or they are avoiding tax or they are rejecting tax avoidance scheme. That means they are paying tax, correct tax they are paying. They are not taking going to any scheme where they can avoid tax. They are paying tax, they are paying higher wages also. So because of this means it means higher cost. Higher cost means your profits will reduce, right? So in order to protect your profit, what do? You start increasing your selling price. So because your selling price increases, what happens? You become less competitive, hence profit falls. Anyway, profit will fall if you increase the price or not. Understanding? Because you are being more ethical, you are paying employee high wages, you are paying tax, because of this profit falls. But on the other hand, someone who have a strong ethical stance, an entity, they think about ethics more than their profit. What do? They want to attract green investors. It is known as, the term is known as green investors. If you want to know more about it, go to Google and type green investors. A list of pages will come and you can go and research it on more. What does it mean? Green investors are those who are very much, you can say, they are very much involved in ethic. They care about ethics more than their profit. Okay, they're very much involved into that ethical stance. They have a very high ethical stance. So green investors and customers. Okay, this, there are some entities like that also who wants to attract. There are examples of it, tons and tons of examples. Okay, some entities are subject of boycott. Okay, some entities you will see they have been boycotted because they have not followed the rules. They were unethical. See, remember, there are two levels to ethics. One is you just to stay with the law, okay, so that you don't become boycott. You follow the ethical stance, or you follow the ethical. You are being ethical, right? Ethically, you are behaving. Another level is, which is at a higher level. Not many organizations have reached that level. It is your voluntarily you want to reach the highest standard when it comes to ethics. Okay, it is known as at that level you are known as green investors or green customers. Okay, green. So, and now don't ask me why it's green, why it's not yellow, why it's not blue. Okay, don't ask me those stupid questions. Okay, because green is a symbol of environment. You are protecting your environment. When we talk about environment being ethical, green is the symbol color. Okay, so an ethical business model, remember, will always be more sustainable than the one which only cares about short-term profit. Okay, in the long term, if an entity has been set up and they are thinking for the long term, they are willing to give up their short-term profit for the long-term success. Those are the entities who will be truly successful because they are having a sustainable model with them. Remember, if you are not being ethical, okay, you are only caring about profit, 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 profit. At some stage, your business will collapse. There is no doubt about it because in reality, if you see, there has been instances like that. There have been instances. But if you are being ethical, even though in the short term you are not having that much of profit, but in the long term, it will compensate that. Okay? Because once reputation is there, profit is just a byproduct. It will come along with it. Higher profit. Understanding will attract more profit. So that's the thing. That's just a concept, right? So that's it for this video. It's a very short video, I've told you. And next is developments in sustainability reporting. Now in the sustainability reporting, we are going to cover what are the things, elements. Okay, you don't have to know the detail, but some things you have to know. Okay, in order to write about it if you get it in the question. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.